Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you, Bohemian family. I hope you're having a very delicious day. It's Mino and
Amina,
we are in Namangan.
Uzbekistan.
Yeah. Uzbek people like things big, which is why they're enjoying making large quantity of food at once. Today, we're gonna try a giant pot of Uzbek plov osh and taste a variety of crazy Uzbek somsa cooked in the world's largest tandoor. Are you ready? Yalla! Now we are at the most famous plov center in Namangan. Let's check it out. The chef of this restaurant, Mr. Azamjon, starts cooking at 5:30 every morning. First, he begins frying a massive amount of lamb in oil. The lamb keeps getting tossed into the hot oil, one piece after another. He adds a bucket full of onions and stirs them evenly. And he pours huge amount of carrots into the oil. Sprinkle some salt. Then he uses a giant shovel to mix the meat and carrot together thoroughly. While he went to grab more carrots, I gave it a try myself. He sprinkles a bucket of chickpeas over the field of yellow carrots, then scattered finely chopped lamb fat dumba on top. Zira. 또 넣어 캐럿. 정말 장난 아니다. Oil meets meat, carrots pile high, raisins fall. Water poured, joy blooms. Now that people are waking up from their morning slumber, they begin to stir, and the samosa stand in front of the restaurant also begins to cook. Finally, rice goes in. The rice just keeps pouring it non-stop. After flattening the rice, they sprinkle salt and cumin over it again. In Uzbekistan, when cooking osh, they prefer covering it with multiple trays rather than one big lid. It seems like this is the secret to getting the rice perfectly al dente. Starting filming so early makes me a bit hungry. How about we grab a few somsa first? A fragrant pot of green tea will also soon be ready. This is lamb somsa and beef somsa. So hot. Full of beef, dumba and onion. Lamb somsa. Oh yes. Look same. Amin.
Amin.
Osman. Alişer. Alişer.
Alişe.
Alişer.
Amin.
Bismillah.
Bismillah.
Yakşı.
Yaxşı.
Ha.
Bismillah deyəsi yaxşıdır.
Ha.
Bir poeman canı alma korma. Git bol.
Başka.
Tikine kan. Gel. Zor zor. Mazali.
Mazali. The balance is amazing because the outside is crunch and inside is so tender and juicy. And I love this spicy tomato sauce. Bismillah.
Bismillah.
Güzel. Ha.
Samsa.
Zor.
Ha.
Öyle.
Finally, the rice is completely cooked. But now comes the hardest part of making osh, mixing everything evenly from the bottom to the top. To mix the rice evenly from bottom to top without losing heat, you need years of experience, strength, and a sharp mind to calculate the angle of the shovel just right. Yaxşı.
Yaxşı, yaxşı.
When the dish is finally ready, the head chef takes the shovel and begins to lift the meat from the bottom of the pot to bring it out. This process is crucial to ensure that the right cuts of meat are evenly distributed according to each guest's order.
Abi yeter mi ki?
The most important part of the osh, the horsemeat sausage kaz, is also being prepared. Some people even bring large basins to take home a big portion. This customer definitely deserves the big, tasty cuts. Once the rice is topped with meat, horse sausage, and coiled eggs, everything is ready. This is 15 kilo of plov. Wow. Oh yes. Oh, juicy dumba. Oh, mashallah. Rahmat. Rahmat. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Aha. Oh, Rahmat. 5 hours of waiting. Oh, Rahmat. This is Uzbekistan hospitality. Yes. We have horse sausage kazı and sheep tail fat dumba a lot of cow meat, full of carrot, coiled egg, chickpea. Bismillah. Wow. 진짜 맛있다. The meat is very tender and the rice is well cooked. Al dente. Oh yes. Wow. Look at this spicy sauce. It looks like spicy sambar. 오, 진짜 맛있다. Not too spicy, slightly sweet, but kind of. 진짜 맛있네 이거. Wow, I have to learn how to make this sauce. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Because of the yeah. It's quite spicy, but I like it. Because osh is a little bit heavy, so spicy fresh salad goes perfect with osh. While I was enjoying my osh, I got a call from the kitchen. A warm shortbread was ready, the perfect accompaniment to my osh. 아, 쇼르포. 예. 와, 쇼르포. 비스밀라. 오. Even with all that meat, the broth has a surprisingly refreshing light flavor. Juda Mazali. Oh. We are at the famous masjid, Masjid Afsona in Namangan. It looks like a spaceship. Oh. 아, 이거 진짜 신기하게 생겼네, 이게. 와. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam. How are you?
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Welcome to Tandir, Samsa.
Since early morning, they have been filling the massive tandoor, over 3 meters in diameter, with wood and chunks of charcoal to fire it up. It all starts with making somsa dough in various sizes. The chef sprinkles cumin seeds into the beef somsa filling. Then he starts shaping the smallest somsa first. 거울봐. This is something new. I've seen somsa in a various of shapes and sizes, But this is the first of its kind. Oh, what is this? A beef butter roll? Oh, it seems more like a beef cheese roll. Beef cheese roll somsa. Yes, that's right. They turn every delicious thing into somsa. They're even making a fascinating samsa where they hide quail eggs inside and then cover it with sausages. This chef tends to hide quailed eggs inside the meat. Now he's creating the ultimate somsa by adding cod sausage to the meat and topping it off with cheese. The preparation of this place's signature dish, kosa somsa, begins with hiding tiny eggs in the meat. Chef Kaburjan is making kosa somsa, one of the most iconic food in Namangan. Now they finally turn the entire bowl of meat into one bowl of somsa. After all somsa are complete, they massage them with flour water and sprinkle black seed and cumin. The chef sprinkles water to control the temperature and increases humidity. This ensures that even though the somsas are not light, they stick well to the walls of the tandoor. The heat from the freshly fired tandoor is intense. Different types of somsas are filling up the wall of the tandoor. This is the moment of truth! MashaAllah! This is a beautiful piece of art. They cut up the top of the freshly baked kosa somsa and pour rich beef broth into the hollowed out center. Wow, mashallah. Kosa somsa. Oh yes. Oh.
And the beef and the eggs,
Oh yes.
beef and the roulette.
Ah, roulette.
Roulette, yes.
Yes. This is the biggest somsa I've ever seen.
Yes, yes.
Assorted samsa.
Yes. And
Wow. All kind of meat here.
yes. And the
Yes.
and the still types. It's kazi and
Kazi.
cheese.
Cheese. I'm gonna pour some broth. Oh yeah. Oh, Uzbekistan choi. The green tea of Uzbekistan. Look at this. Look at the bottom of kosa somsa. You can see the bowl, right? Wow. There are beef and horseradish kazu and tiny coiled egg. Bismillah. Wow. The broth is amazing. Wow. 코사솜사 맛있네. I actually expected very fatty sausage, but this is not so fatty. This is perfect. It's slightly salty and full of smoky flavor. Oh, this is Rula Shastrik Somsa. With the whole shashlik skewer inside, it's hearty and tastes even better when paired with the spicy tomato sauce. Oh, cheese and beef salsa. Oh yes. 장난 아니네. 약슈. The biggest somsa. Assorted somsa. Okay. And a little bit of spicy tomato sauce. Wow. Look at this somsa burger. Wow. Mazali. Don't forget to subscribe Bohemian Kitchen and hit the like button.